Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. For those of you just tuning in, my name is Marlon. This is episode 31 of Mushroom City in Minecraft, and just need to check up on some things before we can even get started. I mean, I know it's not something I'm supposed to do, but it's just something that I've been testing out right now. Okay, I see. We're live. Excellent. Excellent. Right. Okay, so now I have to go back here. Alright, well, on my end. So how you guys doing on this Sunday afternoon or evening or whatever you want to call it? Well, it is right now 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And, well, I didn't have much to do today. I mean, I did kind of wake up a little late. I mean, the day kind of felt like as though it was moving fast. But I'm not complaining that much because, I mean, it's Sunday, so just chill. What about you guys? But the one thing I am looking forward to is next weekend because next weekend, I have an extra day off because an extra, day off because Memorial Day, which means that there won't be any interruptions, or rather, no time for me to, get too stressed, if you know what I mean. But let's see what we got for Radar Omega. So, alright, so before we can get into Minecraft, we're going to talk about the weather right now throughout the contiguous United States. So, the first one, we got two tornado warnings, one in Kansas and another one in Texas. The one in Kansas, well, both of them have been indicated by radar. The one in Kansas has an estimated. Hold on just a moment. Testing, testing. Okay, we're back. So sorry about that, folks. Yeah, it turns out that I can control everything using Stream Deck. It is something that I started using, and now I realize as though I can do anything I want with it. Anyway, back to the story with Kansas. The estimated hail size is to be about an inch in diameter, which is quarter-sized hail. The one in Texas, an inch and a half, which is ping pong-sized hail. 19 severe thunderstorm warnings in Arkansas, Colorado, Kansas, Wyoming, Texas. I think I said, yeah, Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma. Alright. And two flash flood warnings, one in Texas and the other one in Canada. And 6 special weather statements in Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Washington State. Now let's go find the tornado warnings. One is in Texas, just northeast of Abilene. Now we're going to turn on the single site radar right now. Okay, so we got one that's close to the National Weather Service, the National Weather Service office. So I think this is a hook echo from what I can see. Now we're going to turn on to this type of radar right now. And what you're seeing, folks, is that we do have very strong winds here and there, which means that there is a tornado present in Albany, Texas. And based on the shape of the tornado warning, it looks like as though they may be heading east-northeast. And let's go to Kansas, which is near Garden City, near Goodland, Kansas. Okay, so I'm not getting anything from there. How about Dodge City? Well, let's see. I'd say there are winds moving in that direction, but stronger winds here, which means that there's a tornado just between in both north of Tribune and Leoti, Kansas. and it looks like as though they may be moving north. I don't know, but that's all I can say at that moment, folks. But now let's switch gears to using this type of radar. So let's start off in the northeast. Forget about the flash flood warnings in Canada. In the interior northeast, there are plenty of showers and a few storms in New England. Storms upstate New York and the Poconos. But throughout coastal New England, southern New England, and Long Island, New Jersey, especially the Delmarva Peninsula, it's all clear. Well, in terms of precipitation, but cloud coverage is a different story. So, what about the Baltimore-Washington area? The Mid-Atlantic is mostly clear, free of precipitation. The Carolinas, though, well, it's mostly clear, mostly dry in North Carolina, with the exception of a few showers near Cherokee and Sylva, North Carolina. Pockets of showers just west and south of Greenville, South Carolina. Thunderstorms are present around Macon and Milledgeville, Georgia, especially Dublin, Vidalia, and even Savannah. Well, outside of Savannah, that is. Florida, it's dry. Alabama, it's quite stormy around Montgomery, Alabama, and especially the southern portion of Alabama, right between Mobile and Dothan, Alabama. There are some showers and a few storms just north of Jackson, Mississippi. But there are thunderstorms in the northern edge of the Pelican State in Louisiana. There are thunderstorms, some severe in the northern part of Arkansas, with 3 severe thunderstorm warnings, 2 special weather statements located in the northern part of the state, and some showers and a few storms in the southern edge of the state. In Texas, some showers and storms in the eastern side of Texas, plus severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, and flash flood warnings near and outside to the east of Abilene, Texas. But elsewhere in the Lone Star State, well, it's somewhat dry with the exception of the northeastern panhandle of Texas, in which you do have scattered severe thunderstorm warnings in the special weather statement there, along with western Oklahoma. But throughout the rest of Oklahoma, you have thunderstorms present in the northeastern and the southern edge of Oklahoma. Now okay, so I forgot about Tennessee. So Tennessee, there are some thunderstorms in the southeastern part of the state. Did I say, well, West Virginia's clear, so don't need to talk about that. Now let's go to Missouri. So the southern half of Missouri, there are some showers and thunderstorms present, though there may be some severe weather that could be present. In Kansas, plenty of thunderstorms, and some of them are severe, with 3 severe thunderstorm, well, 3, 4, 5, 6 severe thunderstorm warnings in the state, 2 special weather statements, and a tornado warning just northeast of Tribune, Kansas. And there are, let's see, 1, 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in the western parts of Nebraska, but otherwise thunderstorms in the western part of the state. Oh wait, there's 1, 2, 3 now. It just updated recently. So we do have plenty of thunderstorms in the southern part of the state as well, of Nebraska. The Ohio Valley remains dry, especially throughout the majority of the lower portion of Michigan, but on the northern part of Michigan as well as the upper peninsula, there are some scattered showers, but near Marquette there are some snow showers in Sault Ste. Marie. Just about a few showers and frozen precipitation here and there. Wisconsin and Iowa, they're clear. In northeastern Minnesota, there are some scattered showers surrounding Duluth. Elsewhere, it's all dry in Minnesota. In the Dakotas, there are thunderstorms present throughout 2 states. And they're moving. They're making their move, as you can see. Now let's go to the northern Rockies, where Montana, they're dealing with plenty of isolated to scattered thunderstorms, especially in northern and eastern parts of Idaho, and even just about pockets of showers and a few thunderstorms just north of Boise. Wyoming, much of the state is dealing with thunderstorms, and in fact, Cheyenne is, well, the eastern side of town is under a severe thunderstorm warning, along with 2 other severe thunderstorm warnings in the state. But there are some few wintry precipitation kinds throughout some places in Yellowstone National Park. Some in the form of snow, others in the form of freezing rain and sleet. Go down to Colorado. There are plenty of scattered thunderstorms throughout Colorado. Though in the Rockies near Vail, Colorado, there are some wintry precipitation of freezing rain and sleet, especially anywhere between Durango and Montrose, Colorado. In Utah, the eastern, southern, and even places surrounding Salt Lake City are enduring some showers and storms, but a few areas high in elevation, there are some mountain snow and frozen precipitation. It's mainly dry throughout Nevada, though in the northern parts of Arizona and New Mexico, there are some scattered and spotty showers present. Now we go to California, mostly dry. Oregon, spotty showers, nothing widespread in the northern half of the state. Washington State, the windward side of the Cascades, some spotty showers and a few storms, especially on the leeward side. Though one special weather statement is reported in the Spokane area, in which their thunderstorms are strong enough to issue special weather statements, but not enough to issue severe thunderstorm warnings as of now. Now let's see how many tornado warnings. Oh wait, we're getting an increasing number of tornado warnings, folks. So let's go one by one. Okay, so we got one that's present in Oklahoma. Now we're going to turn on the single site radar right now. Few clusters of thunderstorms from what it looks like. Now, let's see what we got. I don't know if I want to call that impressive. Not good enough. Amarillo, Texas. I wouldn't call it impressive, folks. But I suppose on this radar right here, there is something. And I would suspect that there would be a tornado right around south of Higgins, Texas, going into Arnett, Oklahoma, in that direction, I would assume. And then we move to Kansas, and this is what we got so far. So yeah, we're just playing, find the tornado. I don't know if I want to call it a game, but it wouldn't be appropriate if I were to, suggest that. Maybe. Yeah, this is terrible. I would say right around here there would be a tornado, located just southwest of St. Francis, in Colorado, and it would move just about north. Well, no, Kansas, I mean. Let's go to Colorado. this right here and here. I would suspect that there could be a supercell thunderstorm present just northwest of Crook, Colorado, and what it looks like. Oh, yeah, I don't know. This is pretty spotty, folks. For me to find out that there is a tornado present there. But I could go to Cheyenne, and Cheyenne. This one's better to indicate. There's a tornado there, and there is a tornado here, and another one there. Alright, so we found our tornadoes. We'll keep an eye on the... Wait, there is another one. Wow. And there's one in Nebraska, Colorado, and there's another one in Texas. I suspect that... Yeah, I think I already covered that. Or probably... Okay, so if that's true, okay, so there's one in Wichita. But I don't see a tornado warning present in Wichita, in Kansas. Because according to this, it says Wichita, Kansas, and it's where I'm at right now. I don't know, I don't understand. Or probably, they're... probably may have expired by now. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's just leave it at that for now. But in the meantime, I'm gonna switch gears to Minecraft. But for those of you who are under a tornado warning, please do exercise caution and take shelter in a cellar or basement, or otherwise you just find an interior room on the lowest floor. Yeah, if you don't have a basement or storm shelter. But if you're outside, go in a ditch, cover your head, and just stick it out just so that you'd survive. Severe thunderstorm warnings when thunder roars, get indoors. And no running water during the thunderstorm. It's not worth it. And flash flood warnings, just stay away from, flooded areas. Even if you think it's safe, it's not worth it. I'm going to play the animation for you guys just so that you guys would see what's going to happen throughout the course of 1 hour. And then we'll get back to this at 7:20 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So in the meantime, let's switch gears to Minecraft. Very fun. I would agree with that statement. Just as long as you're having fun, though. I mean, I know that may not make sense, but... Well, let's just say that, just try to have some fun. Okay, so what are we doing right now? So in the previous episode, we were working on more of train stations and platforms and stuff. We try to fix things, folks. Okay, so what do we do right now? I can hear background music. Oh, man. Alright, I'm back. So what now, you ask? Okay, so we got interpretation here. Now I'm gonna move some things here. Crazy people, right? The Popo's on the way. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Okay, let's see what we got. We're gonna get there right now, folks. Must get there, folks. I'm in a bit of a grind right now. All right. Here we go. It's time to close it up. Smooth quartz. Yeah, because I really want to make sure that everywhere the first basement level has a smooth quartz floor. More police. More emergency vehicles. Beep. Beep beep. Meep meep. Smooth. Yeah, winds are starting to pick up. Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't bother doing anything outside today, because the winds are so strong that just makes life a lot harder. Still thinking of something. Still thinking of something, folks. It is 6:31 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream. For those of you just tuning in, my name is Marlon. This is episode 31 of Mushroom Sitting in Minecraft. Right now, I am finishing off with the train station right now, which caters the city subway lines, and the Billup Express. National highway railway system. Right. Now my next step, get started on this part. I can treat this as a means of oh boy, it's raining outside right now. Yeah, I know I should be making beds by now, but the thing is that it's raining outside. I think I can hear background music now, which is pretty dumb, because, I mean, come on, really? Okay, so what now? Well, do gotta keep an eye on, oh, let me, no, what am I doing? Okay, so my next step is to create a fence. Facing east. There we go, much better. Alright, this is what I like. Yeah, we're gonna put one of those doors just to make it a closet. Purchase the ticket, then you make your way here. There's going to be plenty of seating areas right around here. Door. Let's see what I can do with this. Oh boy. Not facing, more like... what am I kidding? I'm only gonna lease the door. Alright. Let me take care of this right now. And put a door right here. And put this back. Block. Okay, so we're making progress right now, which is good. Figured. Let's do it this way. Alright. This is what we got so far, which is good. Well, I have to put the seat, though. And light things up. So let's see what we got right now. So this is about as good as it gets. Yeah, I know it's pretty quiet right now, but just finding you guys just finding the right conversation to talk about, folks. But so far, it's not much. And now, right. So far, it's not too bad. Okay, so now we do have another station, which is right around here. Now I need to turn on the light right here. So yeah, there's plenty of work to do. Oh man, more background music, huh, folks? Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, I hear background music. Hold on a minute, folks. Got a little business to take care of. Just gotta wait a while, wait a while. Right? So far, things are going along, are moving along right now. Right, just a little bit more. Now, what about downstairs? Yeah, maybe too flashy. Yeah, this one is for the subway station. So don't need to worry about that. Right? Oh. Yeah, we're almost there in this part, folks. Just gotta bear with me on this right now. Yeah, it's terrible. Very terrible, folks. I'm getting there, I'm getting there, I'm getting there. I'm free! Yay! Not really. Okay, so what now? I'm thinking, folks, I'm thinking. Yeah, this place can be an information desk. Let me see what I have. Yeah, I'm currently thinking, folks. That's what I'm doing right now. Trying to think, folks. Yeah, I'm trying to set up some stuff. I hear background music. I hear it. Yeah, I suppose I can use this as a set of bathrooms, folks. That's what I plan to do. Ugh, traffic is so annoying. It's retarded. I think I can put a door frame right here. Just to make things, I don't know, weird, but funny. Yeah, I'm getting there. I hear background music. Hold on. Oh yeah, here's a little tiny rant topic I have. Uh, the rant topic happens to be people with their car alarms, particularly those car alarms that make horn noises. When someone beeps at them, except it's for parking. I find that to be very atrocious. Atrociously annoying. Whoever designed them definitely needed to spend some time in prison for at least 20 years. And if people do disagree with me on this, well, too bad. Because it's annoying to me, especially whenever I work. It's super annoying. But if you want something from me, just stop honking the horn, okay? I know you're coming, and I know you're about to do something and want to do business with me. But please, just stop it. Just stop it forever. All right. And for those of you who don't have that kind of car alarm, sorry that you had to hear me raise my voice and yell. But it's the people who have car alarms that make beeping noises. If you guys agree with me on this, then then welcome aboard. You guys are on the same boat with me. I mean, Come on, it's just a load of fucking shit. I mean, that car alarm is designed for spoiled brats. Spoiled brats. Hold on just a minute. Alright, we're back in business. More background music, that's great. I don't think it's loud enough, thank God. I hope. Yeah, but for people, well, with car alarms that make beeping noises, just stop it. Stop it and just sell your fucking car. Okay? Just sell your fucking car and get a cheap one. Okay? I don't care if, if it's so cool or whatever. I mean, it's really annoying to commoners like me. Come on, just stop it. Alright? Just fucking stop. In fact, even my friends who are rich enough wouldn't even consider buying those type of cars. They wouldn't because they know people like me. Even they get annoyed. Yeah. So annoying. Oh yeah, now oh yeah, and something just popped out of my head. Well, now actually I just had a light bulb moment is what I meant to say. And that would be the weather topic of the day, so I won't spoil it for you right now, but I'm gonna type it right now, folks. Alright? Don't you hate it, folks? car alarms that make cars beep for every time you turn off the car after you get off the car. Doesn't it really bother you? It does for me because it's so annoying. Alright, we're on the right track here. Oh, right, I forgot. Forgot that I was supposed to do something for this spot. Damn, how could I be so foolish? Yeah, it's 7:13 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream. For those of you just tuning in, my name is Marlon. This is episode 31 of Mushroom City in Minecraft. I forgot to introduce myself just right around the time, like 13 minutes ago, or 14 minutes ago, I should say, because I got distracted by my own rant. If you guys didn't mind me ranting, well, thank you guys for your support. But for those of you who don't agree, well, your loss. So I'm not responsible for anyone else's insecurities or their, differences in opinions, right? Or rather, two words I gotta say to those people who don't agree with me about me being annoyed with me not being satisfied with car alarms that make cars honk. Well, I got something for them. Grow up. Just grow up. Accept the differences and move on. You know who does that? Spoiled brats. I'm not talking about all rich people. I'm talking about just, people who are spoiled enough, I'm not antagonizing everybody. I'm just saying that I just really don't like those type of cars. what do we do? Gotta keep working on this part. Because you know you gotta do what you gotta do, right? There we go. You arrange the seats like these. Can't believe I screwed myself up over this. I still got enough time. I mean, just give myself a few more minutes and then we'll move on to the weather. Rather, maybe I can treat this as more like a lounge, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna treat this as a whole new lounge. A lounge only those who can afford to be in a place like this. This is the perfect place for a lounge, folks. right? It's by far excellent, so I might add in just about a few more rooms here. Oops. Probably add a bathroom here. Something quite luxurious. Probably in another time, folks. Because one, I gotta do weather. Two, it would take up so much of my time. Right, so far it's quite nice. But there will be more lounges. But so far things are coming along right now. The city is starting to, well, the sun is about to set right now. And we'll just leave it at that in the meantime. We're not going to end the stream though. We are going to do the weather right now, but this is the end of the gaming session. We'll continue that tomorrow. Same time, 6 to 8 p.m. You know, but before we end the stream, let's take about 30 minutes to talk about the weather right now. So let's just get started right about now. Alright, so what we have here is that we do have 42 active weather alerts. 4 of them are tornado warnings, and well, 3 of them are in Kansas, and the other one is in Oklahoma. And from what I can tell, folks, is that, well, one of the tornado warnings in Kansas, they do have, well, a tornado has been observed, and it's got an estimation of 2 inches of hail in diameter, lime size, and the damage threat is considerable. And it says that this is a particular situation, take cover now, and this is very serious, folks. And we do have a tornado warning, okay, ping pong sized hail, about 1.5 inches, and another 1/4 size hail observed. The other one was radar indicated, and the one in Oklahoma, grapefruit size hail. Wow, that is big. Wow, that is serious. We'll go over some tornado warnings. 29 severe thunderstorm warnings. They're in Texas, Kansas, Colorado, Nebraska, Wyoming. Let's see, where else? Well, that's that. 4 flash flood warnings. 2 of them in Texas, 1 of them in Montana, and the other one is in Canada. 5 special weather statements in Kansas, Texas, and Arkansas and Nebraska. Let's go over 4 tornado warnings. People are so weird. You know, it's funny. I'm talking like an outsider, but that's funny, you know. You know, just it's to sound like that. Alright, so we got 1. I got 2 storm chasers, but that's not really. what I want to go into. Just need to do a little here. Strong winds through here, and another one here. So there's a tornado right between Sharon and Chautauqua, Oklahoma, and it looks like as though I may be moving towards that direction, towards Sharon. Oh, wait. Maybe that direction instead. Towards Sharon and Woodward, or Moreland. And now, let's see the other one. There are two of them in just west of Grove City. Let's check one here. So we do have stronger winds right here and a drag right here. So there is one just west of Grove City. There is one, but however, I think this one could be obsolete because, I mean, from what I can tell is that it's moving north, which means that that could expire. As soon as it's out, then it's gone. Alright, so now let's check the other one. Wait, let me see. Okay, so it's down to 3. Okay. Okay, I see. I see. Sorry about that. There's so much in my throat. But let's check elsewhere throughout the country. I'll try to make this quick, though. Let's start off in the northeast, where there's plenty of showers and few thunderstorms in New England, northern New England, many parts of upstate New York and the Poconos, but coastal portions of southern New England and the New York City metropolitan area, they are dry, well, with the exception of northwestern Connecticut. New Jersey and the rest of Pennsylvania is dry. The Delmarva Peninsula, the rest of Maryland, and West Virginia, and even, well, most of North Carolina, they are dry. Just a tiny bit of showers on the southwestern corner of North Carolina. The southern tip of South Carolina, there are showers, especially in the Savannah area. A few thunderstorms, especially in the southern part of Georgia, but it's nothing widespread, though. Just some scattered, spotty showers, just anywhere west of Brunswick, near Valdosta and Douglas, Georgia, and even just a little bit just east of Tallahassee. And even a few thunderstorms just located in the Everglades, just west of Hialeah, near Miami. Alabama, it's quite dry. Tennessee, mostly dry for now, but in a few minutes, thunderstorms would make its move towards the Volunteer State. Mississippi, Yazoo City is experiencing some showers and some thunderstorms. Louisiana, in the western half of the Pelican State, spotty showers are present, as well as spotty showers in southern Arkansas, but in northern Arkansas, that's when you get a lot of rain, and plenty of thunderstorms, but they're only strong enough to issue strong special weather statements, but not enough to issue a severe thunderstorm warning just anywhere north of Little Rock. In Texas, well, Texas, right around College Station, all the way to San Antonio, and then to Nuevo Laredo, some spotty showers. And there's another batch of showers and thunderstorms in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And there's another one just located in north of San Angelo, near Abilene, Texas. But there are actually 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, one in north of San Angelo and east of Abilene. But Abilene, the heart of town, especially to its east, there are flash flood warnings issued by the National Weather Service. There are some spotty showers and storms on both northern and southern edges of Oklahoma. I've already covered Arkansas. But Kansas, they are not having a good time. But now let's go over through Nebraska, where I just missed out the corner of my eye. Now go to the National Weather Service in Goodland. The rain is there's too much rain over there, and there could be some debris if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and now we're going to check out here and here, which means there could be a tornado here, which means that a tornado might move in that direction. Let me check the correlation coefficient. Well, folks, there's plenty of debris right here, just east of Benkelman, Nebraska, actually. Yeah, this is a terrible night for many folks in the Great Plains region. But other than tornado warnings in Kansas and Nebraska, there are lots and lots of severe thunderstorm warnings. There are pockets scattered, all across both states. All across both states, folks. It's horrible, for so many folks there. It goes from anywhere outside of Wichita all the way to outside of Cheyenne. Dodge City also getting some severe thunderstorm warnings, racing up northwest towards Torrington, Wyoming. Sorry about that, folks. A little misstep. The Ohio Valley is dry. Much of lower Michigan is dry, but spotty showers in the northern part of lower Michigan. And the upper portion of Michigan, anywhere in the Marquette area, there are some spotty snow showers. Sault Ste. Marie, also some showers mixed with some freezing precipitation, freezing rain, sleet, or snow. And there are some spotty showers just north and west of Duluth, Minnesota. But elsewhere, like elsewhere in Minnesota, plus Wisconsin and Iowa, they're clear. I missed out on Missouri. Southern half of Missouri, it's wet. There are thunderstorms present. The Dakotas, there are plenty of thunderstorms throughout much of North Dakota and much of western South Dakota, and some spotty showers near Aberdeen, South Dakota. Let's take a look at Montana. Much of Montana, you're getting a lot of thunderstorms, but in some areas, particularly up in the mountainous parts of Montana, they're dealing with some freezing precipitation. And there is one flash flood warning, just located northeast of Sheridan, Wyoming, but in Montana, though. Scattered showers in the northern tip of Idaho and on the eastern side of Idaho as well. Wyoming, plenty of widespread showers and storms on the eastern part of the state, plus the northern part of the state, scattered showers near Riverton and Rock Springs, and some snowy, some wintry precipitation anywhere east of Jackson, Wyoming, near Yellowstone. We go down to Colorado. Much of the state is experiencing precipitation, but the eastern, both sides of the Rockies are enduring some storms, but in the mountainous parts of the Rockies, there are freezing precipitation present throughout places like Vail and Aspen, Colorado, Utah. There are plenty of spotty showers and storms, especially on the eastern edge of Utah, and especially on the outskirts of Salt Lake City. But in the mountainous parts, there are hints of snow over there. But Nevada, it's dry. However, in the northern halves of Arizona and New Mexico, there are some spotty showers and thunderstorms present. California, mostly dry, but on the northern edge of California, there are some spotty showers moving in towards Eureka and Eureka, and especially on the southwestern corner of Oregon. the northeastern parts of Oregon is getting some spotty showers, and as well as places like Portland and anywhere north of Salem and east of Salem, and especially southern anywhere south of Tacoma is dealing with some spotty showers. And there are also plenty of showers on the leeward side of the Cascades as well, especially Spokane. How many tornado warnings are present? Well, there's 4 of them, folks. Hail size in Oklahoma is just awful. Grape size, that could kill you for sure if you don't hunker down in a sturdy building. Alright, so what now? Well, now let's get to the part where we deal with this, right? Okay, so what do we got? Okay. Let me refresh the page just a little bit. Maine, the winds are calm. But in places like much of New England, winds are blowing up to 20 miles an hour in most places. Just a little higher in a few places. Winds are coming from the west throughout much of New England, but in Maine, coming from the northwest. Temperatures throughout New England range from the low 50s to the low 60s. And in upstate New York, we're dealing with northwesterly winds, but temperature-wise, they're range from the low 50s to mid 60s. In the New York City area, temperatures range from the mid 60s to low 70s. Whether if it's Long Island, southwestern Connecticut, Hudson Valley, New Jersey, much of New Jersey, and the Poconos in Pennsylvania. But southern New Jersey and in the Delmarva Peninsula, temperatures are in the 70s, plus Washington, D.C., Maryland, the Chesapeake Bay area, and as well as much of southeastern Pennsylvania. But elsewhere throughout the state, temperatures are in the mid-50s to low 60s. West Virginia, temperatures range from the low 60s to low 70s. Virginia, temperatures range from the upper 60s to mid 70s. Wind wise, throughout the mid Atlantic, which includes the New York City area, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, the Delmarva Peninsula, Chesapeake Bay area, the mountainous parts of West Virginia, Western Maryland, and Virginia. Winds are actually blowing from the northwest, but in Pennsylvania, the winds move at around 20 to 30 miles per hour in some areas, but in Virginia, winds are calmer. And as we move towards North Carolina, and throughout much of the South, winds are relatively calm, and the winds can vary though. And let's start off with North Carolina, where temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s. Georgia, temperatures in the northern part of the state ranges from the mid 70s to low 80s. Southern part of the state, 80s. Florida, temperatures are in the 80s for much of the state. Alabama, Mississippi, temperatures range from the mid 70s to mid 80s. Tennessee, temperatures mostly in the 70s, with a hint in some areas with temperatures in the low 80s. But as you cross the Mississippi River, winds are not so calm, in which they blow from the southeast and move towards the northwest throughout places like Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. But winds are calmer in Louisiana and Arkansas for the most part. Temperature-wise, Arkansas is in the 70s. Louisiana, much of the state is in the 80s, but the northern part of the state is in the 70s. Texas, much of the state in general, winds are blowing towards the north, but on the western part of Texas, winds are coming from the west, shifting towards the north. Throughout the rest of Texas, winds are coming from the Gulf and spreading up north. So let's take a look at the temperatures. So we do have temperatures in the upper 70s to mid 80s throughout much of the Panhandle, with the exception of Lubbock. Temperatures at 89 degrees. Western part of Texas, temperatures are in the upper 80s to upper 90s. Sorry about that. In the southern part of Texas, temperatures range from the mid 80s to upper 90s. Eastern Texas, temperatures range from the mid 70s to mid 80s. Oklahoma, temperatures range from the upper 60s to upper 70s. Let's take a look at the winds in the central plains. We do have much of Nebraska and plus Kansas and western halves of Iowa and Missouri. Winds are blowing from the east to from in Iowa and Missouri, and Kansas winds are coming from the southeast, and all their winds are moving towards the west. Temperature-wise, throughout Kansas, they're in the upper 60s. They're in the mid 60s to upper 70s. Missouri temperatures are in the 70s. Nebraska. The eastern half of the state, temperatures are in the 70s. In the western part of the state, temperatures are in the mid 70s to low 60s. Iowa, temperatures are in the 60s to low 70s. Missouri, I already covered that, it's in the 70s in case you haven't heard. But in the Ohio Valley, winds are calm. Temperatures are in the 70s in Kentucky. Temperatures are in the upper 50s to mid 60s in Ohio. Indiana, temperatures are in the mid 50s to mid 60s. Chicago, 50 degrees, but the rest of Illinois, temperatures are in the upper 60s to mid 70s. So you can see, even in Ohio and northern Indiana, the winds are coming from Canada, and Michigan's dealing with winds of up to 20 miles an hour in some areas. Temperature, and plus Wisconsin. Temperature-wise, in the lower part of Michigan, Traverse City, 44, lower southern half of the lower peninsula of Michigan. Temperatures are in the mid 50s to low 60s. In the upper peninsula of Michigan, temperatures are in the mid 30s to mid 40s. Wisconsin, temperatures Woodruff 41, 52 in Green Bay, 46 in Milwaukee, 59 in Elroy. Let me mute the mic, folks. Just give me a minute. Alright, I'm back. So sorry about that. Now let's continue where we left off. Okay. So let's move on to Minnesota, where you got winds coming from the northeast, but they're a little calmer in the northeastern part of the state, but the western part of and southern part of the state, winds are moving fast, around 20 to 30 miles an hour. Let's take a look at the temperatures. Temperatures are Duluth, 39 degrees, but the rest of the northern half of the state, temperatures are in the mid 40s to mid 50s. The southern part of the state, temperatures are in the 50s, 57 throughout Morris, St. Paul, Minneapolis, and Rochester, Minnesota. In the Dakotas, we do have winds coming from the east, and they're blowing past 30 miles an hour in some areas, possibly up to 40. Yet, temperature-wise in North Dakota, they're in the 40s to mid 50s. South Dakota temperatures are in the upper 40s to low 60s. And now we go west, where winds are actually converging in Wyoming. Yet on the eastern half of Montana, winds are coming from the east, blowing at 20 to 30 or even up to 40 miles an hour. In some cases, especially in the central part of the state, where they're actually blowing towards the southeast, but elsewhere throughout Montana, winds are only no more than 20 miles an hour. Temperature-wise, we do have 48 in Glasgow, throughout the rest of anywhere that's on the eastern side of the Rockies. Temperatures are in the 50s, with the exception of Bozeman, 43 degrees. And we move on to Idaho, where winds are actually, generally, they're moving from the west, but the winds are stronger on the southern part of Idaho. They're blowing at around 30 to up to 40 miles an hour. While in the northern part of the state, temperatures range from the low 40s all the way to low 50s. But in the southern part of the state, temperatures range from the mid 40s to mid 50s. Wyoming, where southwestern part of the state do have westerly winds blowing around 30 miles an hour, especially on the northeastern corner, but elsewhere winds are actually blowing about no more than 20 miles an hour. Though anywhere east of Cody, there is just some winds coming from the north-northwest, blowing at around 20 to 30 miles an hour. Temperature-wise, mostly they're in the 50s, with the exception of Cody being 48. We go down towards the Great Basin states, plus the Colorado Rockies, where the southeastern part of the state is experiencing strong winds coming from the west-southwest at around 30 to 40 miles an hour. Elsewhere, it's calmer. Temperature-wise, they're in the mid-50s to low 60s, a little colder in the mountains, though. And as we move towards Utah, winds generally are coming from the northwest. They're calmer, anywhere from the from Logan all the way to St. George, and especially parts of the eastern edge of Utah. They're calmer. Elsewhere, winds are only blowing at around 30 miles an hour, coming from the northwest. Temperature-wise, 46 at Logan, 48 in Richfield, 52 in Salt Lake City, Vernal 52, and St. George 75. And now we move on. Well, can't forget about Nevada. Nevada, we do have temperatures throughout much of the state that are in the low 50s to low 60s. Winds are blowing from the northwest at around 20 to 30 miles an hour in most areas. But once you get to Las Vegas, temperatures are at 82 degrees. It gets hotter when you get close to places like the desert Southwest, which we are going to talk about right now. New Mexico, winds are blowing from the west, moving towards the northeast at around 20 to 30 or some places 40 miles an hour. And temperature-wise, on the northern half of the state, they range from 59 to 71 in some areas, or rather a little lower, in about probably mid-50s in the mountainous parts, but in the lower parts, mid-70s. In the southern half of the state, temperatures are in the upper 80s to low 90s. Arizona, winds are slightly calmer, but on the eastern side for the most part, winds are still blowing quicker, but in the northern half of the state, winds shift from the northwest to the east. Temperature-wise in the northern half of the state, we do have Coybeto 59, Alpine 53, 57 in Flagstaff, 73 in Kingman, 86 in Phoenix, 82 in Tucson, 89 in Yuma. California. For California, so for the most part, Central Valley and as well as in the Mojave Desert, winds are actually are a little stronger. They actually come from the northwest, blowing up to 30 miles an hour. But elsewhere throughout the state, winds are just a little calmer. But we do have temperatures at 88 degrees in Indio, 64 in San Diego, 71 in Los Angeles, 82 in Fresno and Bakersfield, 73 in San Jose, 84 Sacramento, 80 in Chico, 82 Redding, and 53 in Eureka. Let's go to Oregon and Washington, the Pacific Northwest. On the leeward side of the Cascades, winds are stronger. They're blowing from the west, shifting towards the southeast in Oregon. But either way, they're blowing up to 30 miles an hour, but a little higher in some areas. On the coastal side, winds are calmer. They come from the Pacific. Temperature-wise, we do have temperatures in the 50s throughout much of the state, with the exception of Burns, 48 degrees, Walla Walla, 61, 64 in Yakima, 61 in Seattle, 57 in Wenatchee, and 52 in Spokane. Now let's talk about gusts, but we're only going to talk about it in general, actually. there are stronger winds throughout much of the Northeast. And in fact, in my area, the New York City area, we've been dealing with winds. Some areas are dealing with winds past 50 miles an hour, probably up to 54 miles per hour in some parts of the New York City area. Winds are blowing past 40 in some areas, up to 50 to 60, especially in the Catskills and the capital region of upstate New York, anywhere east of Pittsburgh, right along the Appalachian Mountains. Stronger winds are present, just a little bit stronger. In the Philadelphia area, New Jersey, Delmarva Peninsula, Chesapeake Bay area, Baltimore. Stronger winds are present throughout the Great Plains region, and especially anywhere near the rock in the southern part of the Rockies and the heart of the Great Basin. Stronger winds are also present, and as well as stronger winds that are paralleling the California coast around the Bay Area. Now let's talk about humidity. Humidity-wise, there's plenty of humidity throughout much of northern New England and northern upstate New York. The South, mostly in Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska, and especially the western parts of North Dakota and South Dakota, and as well as the parts of the northern Rockies, and as well as the Cascades. Let's talk about rainfall accumulation. So for rainfall accumulation, there is some spotty estimates of around, let's say, no more than an inch in some areas in the south. They're all scattered, but places like Oklahoma, Missouri, and Arkansas, rainfall accumulations about past an inch, could be up to 3 inches of rain. Anywhere between San Angelo and Abilene, rainfall is estimated to be about 1.5 inches to 2, especially anywhere northeast of Dallas, central and northern parts of the northern plains. They may have an estimate of past 4 inches of rain in a few areas, but elsewhere it's just 3 inches of rain. And in the northern Rockies, rainfall could be as much as up to 1 inch to 1.5 inches in some areas, but in Montana, some places may have up to 2, 3, or even close to 4 inches of rain, and especially in the Olympic National Park in Washington State, of up to about 1 inch or 2. So what now? What now is that we are going to come back here, right? Is there any change? Oh my god, this keeps getting worse, folks. Colorado, Texas, this is just horrifying to see so many tornado warnings right now, especially east of Abilene. Sorry about that, didn't mean to do that. And just right around areas just east of Denver. We'll get to that in a moment if this persists. Well, right now, let's talk about... Oh, right. Let's go back to right here, where we're going to talk about the upper level winds, see what we're dealing with right now. For the most part, there is a trough that's over the northern Rockies, and another one over Maine, and a ridge over the Gulf of Mexico, and all of that is the reason why we're dealing with severe weather in the Great Plains region. Well, for the most part, folks, and as well as the northern Rockies, but not as severe as what's going on in the Great Plains region. Now let's focus on 24 hours from now. Trough gets deep into the Rockies and in the Great Plains region, and yet there's a ridge that's about to move in towards the west coast, and a ridge it's present over the southeast, And there's a trough that's still in existence in the Canadian Maritimes, which means that there will be severe weather throughout the Great Plains and the Mississippi Valley. This is not good for folks over there. Then we move on to Tuesday night. By Tuesday night, just a little bit of the trough it's still left over, and it's not really good, folks. There's still a small ridge that's going to be over the Mid-Atlantic and the Carolinas. Sorry about that. There's going to be wet weather that's going to be over the Mississippi Valley, the Great Lakes region, the Ohio Valley. But that's what we got so far. And then finally on Wednesday night. So by Wednesday night, a tip of the jet stream, weakening trough. It's going to be over the northeast, which means that there's going to be wet weather by Wednesday night. Sorry about that. And the jet stream, there is just some zonal flow that's going to occur on the western half of the country, which means there's going to be cold weather to the north, hot weather to the south. All right, folks, now let's move on and get back to the other radar application, the weather application, just here. Now let's talk about temperatures. Temperature-wise, start here. So by tomorrow morning, there will be plenty of warm weather in the morning throughout much of the southern portion of the country. Well, much of the south, as well as the Central Plains, Mid-Atlantic, and the Northeast, and as well as the desert Southwest and Central, the West Coast, I should say. Very cold temperatures in the Rockies and the parts of the Great Basin as well, and even a little bit in the northern half of the Great Lakes region. Tomorrow night, plenty of heat throughout Texas and the southern plains, especially in Florida, and parts of Georgia and South Carolina, and the desert Southwest, and even parts of the Central Valley of California. It still is chilly throughout the Rocky Mountains and even in the interior portions of New England. Moving on to Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning, plenty of warm lows throughout the South, Mid-Atlantic, Lower Ohio Valley, Central Great Plains region, especially desert Southwest, much of California. Very cold temperatures throughout the Rockies and the Great Basin. But in the northern part of the country, it does get chilly though. Even though it is the second half of May, just so you know, folks. So by Tuesday night, there's going to be plenty of heat in Texas, the desert Southwest, and Central Valley, California. Chilly temperatures start moving in towards parts of the northern plains, and especially the interior portions of New England, northern portion of New England. By Wednesday morning, it's going to be warm in the morning throughout much of the Gulf Coast, the Southeast, and the desert Southwest, and much of California. It'll get very cold throughout the northern plains. Finally, by Wednesday night, it's going to get super hot in the desert Southwest, Central Valley, California, New Mexico, Texas. But it's going to get really chilly throughout much of the Great Lakes and the Northeast, and parts of the northern plains. Now we move on to dew point. Plenty of dew point, plenty of moisture throughout the south, Central Plains, and even the Mid-Atlantic. That's tomorrow morning, but tomorrow night, There's going to be plenty of moisture that's going to occur throughout the southern parts of the southern plains, lower Mississippi Valley, and the southeast, especially the Gulf Coast. But then you have dry air starting to move in throughout western Texas. Moisture starts building up throughout the west coast. Tuesday morning, dry air starts moving in. There's plenty of moisture throughout much of the south, with the exception of western Texas and western Oklahoma. Dry air starts moving in the northeast. Drier air across the Great Lakes region. Dry air keeps advancing, but then it'll get very moist throughout the Mississippi and Ohio valleys, the Gulf Coast, Mid-Atlantic states throughout Tuesday night. But by Wednesday morning, dry air will start moving in towards the south, which means there's going to be plenty of moisture that'll still persist only in the Gulf Coast and the southeast. And you see plenty of dry air throughout the desert southwest and western Texas. Finally, by Wednesday night, more dry air starts moving in, and all that moisture will only be limited to parts of the Gulf Coast, like Texas and Florida, and the Carolinas too. Yeah, the western half of the country, they're only going to be dealing with plenty of dry weather, the exception of the coastal portions of Northern California. So, what about Cape? Cape-wise, there's going to be plenty of Cape early tomorrow morning throughout much of the south and the southern plains, but dry air starts moving in, which lowers the Cape. Tomorrow night, all that Cape, the amount of convection is only concentrated throughout the southern plains in Texas, especially parts of the south and even Florida, because you have dry air moving in. That's going to constitute severe weather, folks. By Tuesday morning, there's going to be plenty of Cape, only limited to the south, but the western Texas and the Great Plains, dry air starts moving in. There's going to be plenty of Cape early in the morning, but by Tuesday night, that dry air starts moving in. But there's going to be a heavily concentrated amount of Cape throughout the Gulf Coast of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky, and even Georgia. But it's only heavy in Texas, the convection. Wednesday morning, because of more dry air moving in, Cape convection is only limited to the Gulf Coast and the southeast. So finally, Wednesday night, plenty of Cape, but only limited to southern and western Texas, even parts of northern Texas. Sorry about that. And even even the front range of the Rockies, and as well as the coastal portions of the southeast. Plenty of Cape there, but elsewhere, not as much Cape. Let's take a look at precipitation. So, precipitation-wise, there's going to be spotty showers throughout the interior portions of the Northeast, the Gulf Coast, southern plains, but the rest of the Great Plains is going to be a lot of thunderstorms and plenty of wintry weather in the Rockies, and plenty of storms in the parts of the desert southwest and the Great Basin. Valley rain and mountain snow, coastal rains throughout the Pacific Northwest. Hold on a minute, folks. Nah, never mind. I spoke too soon. Never mind. Alright, so let's take a look at what's going to happen for tomorrow night. So by tomorrow night, New England and portions of upstate New York will have showers present, especially scattered showers and storms throughout the Gulf Coast, coastal portions of the Carolinas and Southeast. Plenty of storms throughout the Great Plains, the Mississippi Valley, the Ohio Valley, and even a hint of wintry weather in the Dakotas, parts of the Dakotas, and especially in the Rocky Mountains. And in the leeward side of the Cascades, there are valley rain and mountain snow. Same story on the windward side in the Pacific Northwest. We move on to Tuesday morning. So by Tuesday morning, scattered showers and storms throughout the South, the Ohio and Mississippi valleys, especially in the northern plains, but western northern plains, there is a hint of wintry precipitation, scattered showers throughout northern and interior portions of New England, and valley rains and mountain snow throughout the Bitterroot Mountains, the northern Rockies, especially in the Cascades and the Pacific Northwest. Even on the coast, there will be rain. Spotty stray showers right along the coastal portions of the California coast. So what about Tuesday night? So by Tuesday night, there is still plenty of spotty showers throughout parts of New England. And there are some storms that will occur throughout the Ohio and mid-Mississippi valleys and the northern plains. But some parts of the northern plains might transition into wintry weather in the form of snow, freezing rain, or sleet. But some parts of the Gulf Coast, there will be spotty showers and storms. Northern Rockies as well, especially up in the mountains, there will be mountain snow. In the Pacific Northwest, both sides of the Cascades will endure valley rain and mountain snow. Wednesday morning, there will be plenty of spotty showers and storms throughout the Gulf Coast, the Southeast, the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, the Ohio Valley, and the Mid-Mississippi Valley. They'll experience storms. In the northern plains, some places will experience rain and storms, but others may experience wintry weather. In the Rockies, valley rain and mountain snow. Same story in the Cascades and the Pacific Northwest. And finally, plenty of rains throughout the Mid-Atlantic, the Northeast, the Ohio Valley, and even the Mid-Mississippi Valley, and as well as the Northern Plains and the Rockies. But some parts may experience some spotty snow showers, spotty valley rains and mountain snow in the Cascades, but nothing widespread though. Even some stray showers in Southern California offshore. And even some stray showers along the Gulf Coast, but nothing widespread though. Let's take a look at the amount of snow there is for the next 3 days. So let's take a look. In New Hampshire and even parts of Vermont, no more than 3 inches, even in the Adirondacks. Nothing in the south, but in the northern plains, anywhere there is snow, it'll accumulate to up to a foot of snow. But in places like western South Dakota, northern Wyoming, and southern Montana, snowfall amounts may range between 2 feet to about 3 feet of snow in some areas, but it's not widespread. But the snow, but the widespread snow amount will be up to a foot of snow. But in spotty areas there will be higher amounts. And let's take a look elsewhere in Montana. It's no more than a foot of snow. Wherever there is snow, especially in Idaho. Wyoming, Western Wyoming can only experience up to 2 feet of snow, especially near Cheyenne. The Colorado Rockies, snowfall accumulations amount to average to about between 3 to 15 inches of snow. Spotty snow showers in some places in the northern part of the desert southwest, like Arizona and New Mexico, especially some parts of few parts of Utah, even just east of Salt Lake City, falling up to 6 inches of snow, and even a spotty snow shower in just anywhere in somewhere in the east northern Nevada, up to 3 inches of snow. California, nothing much. Oregon, no more, wherever there is snow, no more than 3 inches. Washington State, southern part of the state, no more than 3 inches. Olympic National Park, only about no more than a foot, but in the Cascades part, about up to 15 inches of snow in some areas. Alright, folks. Now I'm going to do something right now that I wanted to make the weather topic of the day. So let's get to it right now. Let me just pull it up right now. Switch gears right now to here, but change the site to here, and also move it to here, just to get a better idea. Okay, so let's talk about the weather topic of the day. Okay, so what is the weather topic of the day, folks? So, weather topic of the day is, what is the difference between wind and gusts? The difference between wind and gusts is the duration and intensity of the wind. Oh man, my throat. The difference between wind. The difference between wind and gusts is the duration and intensity of the wind. Wind refers to the average wind speed over a period of time, while gusts are sudden, short bursts of higher wind speeds. Alright, folks. Well, that's the simplified version of the weather topic of the day. We might go a bit into detail later on, but I want to try to keep it short the next time once it's detailed. All right, folks, I'm just gonna leave it there for tonight. We'll continue with this tomorrow, but in the meantime, thank you guys so much for joining. I'll be back tomorrow at 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for more Minecraft, and we'll get to Kingdom Hearts 2 next weekend, which is this Saturday and 6 days from now. So, gotta get excited about that and move on. Anyway, take care, you guys. For those of you who are under a tornado, for those of you who are in the path of a storm, please do know what storm you're encountering. If it's a tornado, stay in the basement or storm shelter or an interior closet or room in the lowest floor that has no windows. Or if you're outside, stay in the ditch, cover your head. If you're in a severe thunderstorm warning, just stay indoors when thunder roars, and stay away from running water, windows, or any electronics. And do not stay outside. Just stay inside, even in your car. Just stay inside your car because they'll protect you from getting struck by lightning, flash flood. Make sure that you stay away from flooded areas, even when you think it's safe. Even if it's shallow enough, just don't risk it. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. But until then, peace out, everybody. Love you all. Stay safe out there. And signing out.